The Reds get their first deal done, and rumour has it there's more to come. And who would have thought it, but our record scorer could well be a transfer target. And with all this money swishing around, turning the game to crap, well, never mind, because there might soon be a spending cap. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The weekly review at the LFC file. Roll the intro. So firstly, thanks everyone for the continued support, for the views and the likes from the most recent videos. Still not many comments, so if there's anything you want to say, please feel free to make your feelings known. Remember, follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and of course the good old-fashioned www.thelfcfile.com. Like and subscribe. Click the notification bell, and let's continue to grow the community. So without further ado, let's look at the good, and this no doubt has to be the signing of Alexis Mac Allister from Brighton and Hove Albion. The fee was reported 35 million, I believe, so no small change, but very good value when you consider that Jude Bellingham was going for, I think it's 80 million, and then plus some more add-ons taking it over 100 million. So I think Mac Allister represents very good value for money, and I think he's going to be a great addition to the team. Here we've got the LFC official homepage sharing the news that the club has captured I think he's 24-year-old Argentinian. So good start to the transfer season. Let's see if they can pick up one or two more signings. All being well, let's see. And that brings us nicely onto the bad, which would be very bad indeed. Robbie Fowler was quoted in the Mirror this week as saying that Mo Salah could well be a transfer target in this summer. And to be honest, I actually think the former striker, otherwise known as God, could well be correct. We've got the likes of Benzema, Messi, Modric, even our own James Milner, if you like. These are players that have been going on well into their late 30s, and that seems to be a trend these days. The players are much more professional, taking care of themselves, and hence their careers are lasting a bit longer. So Mo Salah, he could still have a job to do. He's still playing for Liverpool, and he's nowhere near over the hill or showing signs of really slowing down, I wouldn't say. So it wouldn't surprise me if one or two clubs came knocking on the door. Hopefully that doesn't happen. We know he was disappointed with the team not getting the fourth spot, but to be honest, I think he's just as much to blame as anyone else. Shit happens at the end of the day. So yeah, an interesting one from Robbie Fowler. Let's see what happens, but hopefully there isn't any speculation. Let's see. And this brings me on to the ugly, and it's not actually ugly per se, but it's more an attempt by the game to kind of clean things up a little bit, let's say. And it was reported here in the Times this week that there are plans underway to bring in a spending cap. As I understand it, the cap is going to be a ratio which will amount to 4 times the TV revenue of the last placed club. Yeah, so whoever that was this season, if it was Bournemouth, I can't remember who it was off the top of my head. But anyway, whatever their TV revenue was, then the spending cap is going to be that as a multiple of 4. So that will be interesting. It's still under discussion. I think it's about time that something like that came in. We've got the likes of Man City with so much dough. They're really at an unfair advantage, I would say. Liverpool, Arsenal, they're spending big, but not massive amounts because they don't have bottomless pits of money. And so as we saw this season, it's very difficult. Arsenal just lacking that last bit of maybe experience, I would say, to sort of keep their run going. and deliver the title. Liverpool, as we saw, we got that a couple of seasons ago in 2019. Can't remember. Anyway, just a couple of years ago. And yeah, it's very difficult to continue to compete. Newcastle now, they've got a few quid. They don't seem to be throwing it around in the same way that Man City and the likes do. So I think it's a very worthy cause, I have to say. So let's see how that develops. And maybe it will level things out a little bit, certainly on the financial side anyway. So that kind of wraps it up for the good, the bad and the ugly. If anyone's noticed, the camera angle is slightly changed. It's just because my camera's just fallen over off shot. So I'm hoping I'm back where I was before, at least roughly anyway. Before I go, let's just have a quick rundown of the main bits of transfer speculation. So Fabrizio Romano, who seems to be the only legitimate, or let's say the go-to guy for transfer or reliable transfer speculation, has reported that Liverpool are opening talks with Kefren Thuram and of course Manu Kone. I think the latter of the two, it seems as if the transfer is quite unlikely to go ahead. So that's that done. For young Thuram, let's see, because he seems to be a very exciting prospect. Let's see what happens with that. It wouldn't surprise me if there was only one more midfield addition. Remember, the club could possibly have Trent Alexander-Arnold moving into midfield. There is Stefan Bajcetic, of course, very able. Curtis Jones has come into his own at the end of last season. Plus, of course, there's Tyler Morton, who was on loan at Blackburn Rovers. So there's 4 options even there. So that's not to mention Fabinho and Henderson. And yeah, dare I say, Thiago, who's still not been around. So the club may be short. They could do with another midfielder. 2, I'm not sure. It would be nice if one of the youngsters got a bit more of a chance. That does leave a gap at right back. Young Calvin Ramsey has gone on loan, hasn't he, to Preston North End, I think. So that leaves a gap there. It wouldn't surprise me if the club were able to bring in a centre-back and a right-back, of course, to cover for Trent Alexander moving forward. Gomez could do it. There have been games where he's played very well. I think he actually plays better at right back than he does at centre half. At centre half, he's been found out more times than a flipping bad burglar, to be honest. Let's see what happens there. So that's all from me now. Thanks very much for coming along. Remember, like, subscribe, press the notification button so you get a little annoying noise or something on your phone, which tells you that a not so annoying new episode is available. And of course, remember to follow on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And let's grow the community. So there's a few more subscribers. Let's get that pushing up past the 500 mark. I think it's 420 at the moment. So thanks again. Stay safe, everyone. Hope you're managing in the heat. It's absolutely roasting here. And I'll see you next week for the next episode. So until then, peace, guys. The NFC final.